I'm remaking this video because I thought I'm gonna make a much bigger sacrifice, but the actuality is gonna be negligible. I'm not gonna make a big rewind anymore. It's not gonna grow. At least not more than 5 times every time, right? Because I'll still be better at making it, and I still have to make it, and why do I have to beat myself up to not make it? That wouldn't make much sense. So, what else are we gonna talk about? If I solve the puzzle, well, there are other sacrifices.
A new channel. I realized if I want to save YouTube, I need to get the best jokes. YouTube Rewind? No one knows how to make them. Neither the rewinds nor the rewind material. Everything's made out of smaller pieces, right? And sometimes when you just have the good smaller pieces or a good engine, then rewind is just one thing you can make. One possibility of what you can make. I've also started doing these comedy specials. So this would also work. You know, when I see a lot of material accumulating from one particular place. Now making memes, crafting memes is a little bit next level type of thinking and commitment, right? There's still some things that are going to fail, but I still want to make them. And it's actually a much more precise way of making YouTube Rewind is just making a bunch of tiny pieces and see which ones are like more popular. But the problem is I just started this new method, and Rewind is supposed to come up in like 20 days. Meaning that I don't actually have a reliable way to make rewinds.
I mean, I thought I would be fast enough to just print out memes, but again, I'm split into 2 pieces. So I showed this because I'm split into 2 paths. And in fact, there's actually even more. So self-improvement matrix, you have to know about it already. If you're episode 63 deep, there are 4 paths in life that you can improve upon, and you can see people actually follow these paths in real life. Some of people have broken through in a celebrity realm. Some people are politicians. They've broken through even deeper, basically. And there's a mysterious 4th path that only godlike people can achieve. And funny enough, it is widely considered that Notch was godlike for a certain amount of time. Until he wasn't. Until he just took the money. Meaning that he's just now a rich celebrity. Or maybe he's not even that popular anymore, not that rich anymore. You know, maybe he's super duper retired, but that's what it is. Because if Notch existence is only on Twitter, like, what are you guys doing? Why are you never joining YouTube and just talking? This is a politically correct thing to do. I will introduce you what political correctness is. It's actually the fact that you can express your mind and you're not going to be silenced, that you have the ability to do that, and you have the ability to do that in a much more powerful way, right? You can speak your mind anytime. Just set up a camera. Like, what the fuck? Respect YouTube's existence. But no one's using social media for the sake of social media. We're not talking. Twitter is social media somehow. What we have is winner media over here. All of the people concentrated over here to try and win, basically. Win a celebrity status, win a popularity context, whatever, right? What is this gonna have to do with sacrificing things? I don't know, to be honest. I know I have to incorporate that I sacrificed my friendship. Because at some point, bro is not good enough. And you kind of make those sacrifices. You break up with your exes. You make X's, you generate X's, because you're leaving a lot of things behind that don't serve you anymore, and doesn't identify you anymore. I still want to be YouTube CEO. I'm successfully being YouTube CEO. It's just these paths now, they're secondary. You know, if I find success, if I find success of, like, I'm suddenly a celebrity, I'm suddenly a community apartment manager, basically. People trust me with a lot of fucking responsibility. Or I have made a successful rewind. I successfully rejuvenated the culture of YouTube, and everyone is super happy right now. If these things happen by accident, be my fucking guest. You know, I didn't know that I was putting so much effort in impressing so many people. But the reality is, I have to do this. I have to take care of my engine. which is now the most groundbreaking thing and would just shatter Notch's achievements basically entirely. Even though I'm not actually that hard of a worker, my friends. I'm not a hard worker. I kind of just solve a few puzzles basically, crack a few things, and get power out of them, right? When it comes to my programming skills and dedication, I'm just more of an egg cracker. I find some kind of juicy egg to get into, solve a big problem. And one of the biggest problems I solved is I killed polygons. Alright? Polygons are not efficient, they're not necessary. It's stupid to use polygons in the first place. I can't believe how fucking slick my solution is. And no one fucking raised an eyebrow a fucking millimeter. No one fucking noticed that I fucking solved something. No, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, bro. I don't know what world we live in, to be honest. And I'm just terrified and traumatized constantly. I make an achievement and I'm still immediately traumatized that people don't understand what the fuck I'm doing and how revolutionary it is. But okay, like, this is creeping me out because this whole self-improvement saga, and this is actually Max Stats episode, by the way, funny enough, even though we're just talking about YouTube Rewind and sacrifices, but yeah, if I'm pulling this, and I need to pull this, and I have to choose between, like, two paths or something, because that's what it's all about, right? YouTube Rewind is this. YouTube Rewind is, when it's successful, of course, because I can make attempt after attempt, but I still have to, like, make it sacred for me. I have to show that I really, really care. There's no way I can just, like, skip one upload. Like, that's not gonna happen. You might not notice it, but overall, it's making history. I constantly, to be politically correct, you have to make history. And history does not have just gaping holes in it, you know? Everything has to be coherent. See, this whole time, I feel like I was traumatized into self-improvement. It is what it is. There are a lot of narcissists in these categories. These are narcissist categories, which is fire, and I'm not. My personality is gonna take damage from fire, is gonna get abused. So the fact that people don't notice me, it's like sometimes it feels good just because they would probably abuse me instead. Like it's insane. So while I have like expectations, like people are gonna just like slowly accept me and popularize my ideas, it's not happening, and it's terrifying me instead. Right? Traumatizing me instead, even though I just became even stronger than, like, I'm basically 1 in 5,000 rarity of a person right now, and people still don't care, which is like, wow. Then the question becomes, do people care about anything at all? Like, can they have a capacity to care? Because now that I'm becoming God, I will not be nice to humans, right? I will wipe out human race if I get here because I was traumatized. I will wipe you out. You will be deleted from reality. If I become, you know, the God, I will wipe humanity off because it didn't serve me one bit. Alright? You guys did your thing in your private worlds. You were fucking concentrated into making too many mistakes and too much insane decisions that just never made me truly happy and satisfied with the rest of my life where I can just like finally relax from all this traumatic insanity basically. But yeah, now I'm following this path. And the final step, if it's reached by trauma, I believe I have to destroy everyone. Alright? And I will have all the tools, basically, to cause nuclear war. You name it. Alright? We're still far away from me having ultimate power, but that would be the pathway, basically. if it's through trauma, because trauma will still require me to take revenge. There's no other way around it. I want revenge. I got here not by my own will, but by my own survival instincts, basically. I have shitty parents, no friends, a kingdom of isolation, of course, and it looks like I'm the king. I don't see a bright future. I can't find things in capitalism. Things just not accessible for me. The food is alright, you know, the food is alright. You still have to pay for it, you still have to scramble for it. But it's alright. I would still prefer to, you know, have a local place, local run business that provides food. Why is this not existing? We will never know. We will never know if maybe it does exist, but I'm too scared to actually go into local businesses. Why am I too scared? Because I don't have any friends. I don't have any connections to, like, appreciate the existence of businesses, guys. And potentially, like, I'm locked down into just, like, not never having anything, and internet is just a fucking soul-sucking experience where I'm not gaining more resources, I'm just losing it. I'm losing. So, while you're pursuing political correctness and you are uploading a lot of videos, just because you can, that's why you do it. You can. You can just express your mind. The only other requirement is just put up a nice thumbnail on top, and you are done, basically. People are treating my videos as if they were one of those old ones from 2 years, from long time ago, that are 2 hours long, basically. Like, I was doing some stupid shit back in the day. And people treat my videos exactly the same. In fact, this was treated pretty nicely, wasn't it? For no reason. Just because it was a little bit of dramatic. Now, it doesn't mean that people actually cared, but it is what it is, right? Like, I was spamming, and I was still getting views. What's happening now? You know, we went back. The viewership declined even beyond this point. Now, this is not where I actually upload 2-hour videos, apparently, so that's something. I'm stumped by my own channel right now. I did not expect that. Time will come and I will sift through the trash to eliminate all the old school ideas that I had and improve upon them. But that's next year. I'm planning for that to be next year. This is how you do New Year's resolution, by the way. You prepare. You know, you prepare. What am I gonna do? Because you accumulate something, and then you can suddenly tackle a completely new problem. New year, new problems. That's how you solve things. It literally has solution in the fucking phrase, basically. It's not that hard, dude. So again, YouTube Rewind is not serving me, so might as well cut it off, right? No, I don't have to. It's like just 1/10 of my efforts, and I don't have to really make a sacrifice of any of these. Because if I don't succeed here, I might fall. I fall in this direction, right? I fall and eventually become like this person, maybe. I have to, you know, respect all these opportunities and not ruin them and not pursue them either. I'm not supposed to pursue YouTube Rewind. It's just like whatever happens, happens, and I can definitely make it happen because it's consistent. Like, it's not hard, right? Like, why is it hard? But I'm a little bit of a panicky mode right now because I actually am trying to squeeze something very valuable into Rewind, which is an intro. Whoa, that's right. Intro. That's going to be expensive, guys. I put a lot of effort into this. But it's also just a sideways plan. It's just like, it trickles down from the fact that I have a rendering engine. Anyways, we're going to discuss more of this, and I might have to sacrifice it. So let's think about it.
Max stats, the ultimate sacrifice. Sometimes you have to sacrifice
Still gonna
something.
review
You have to
this.
make giant changes, which is going to be the storyline of the future. I might even go no-fap a little bit, you know? Just try to look at life from a different perspective that might not obscure my ability to claim success, because apparently claiming success is fucking insane. Insanely hard. People are antisocial. Antisocial, meaning that they will actively destroy whatever the fuck you're doing. Everything is a sandcastle for the bullies basically to spawn. That's what the world looks like. And it gets worse because the platform does not combat any of this. It allows hate to flourish uncontested. I have found something that YouTube is missing, very big feature. I finally dig it out. I deserve a little bit more, right? So that's it. There has to be a certain amount of views that I know I deserve, a certain amount of points, and I can just like funnel those points. I can boost certain videos. It would feel like a video game. It would feel like a playing video game. And realizing that this is what I have to do, I'm slowly like piecing together. I have to make my own social media. You know, I have to make my own YouTube. You upload content, and you deserve something for the work that you do. You will get what you deserve. You know, if the platform isn't capable of delivering what you deserve, that means there's too much stuff going on, right? So many people waiting in line, and I have to nerve basically the expectations. But otherwise, you should always get a little bit more than you deserve, and you should always be able to see what you deserve and what badges you're collecting, and you level up basically by being on the platform. Have to rewards like loyalty and all the human values. Like, even consistency is a value. Like, you always show up, you know, just, like, abandon your channel randomly and go on, prolonged vacations, whatever, right? People can expect you on the weekend, basically, on a specific day when the demand is high. Like, there's so many things I can do to build my own platform, essentially, and YouTube Rewind would not get me closer to that. Even if it was successful, what would change? Not much, to be honest. I do, however, look at my channel as, like, a bomb, a ticking bomb. Like, something's gonna make it go boom. Not just one video, but, like, every single concept that I fucking fine-tuned to come together, basically, like an army of me, basically, is gonna show up and try and conquer the world. You know, I'm very good at correcting mistakes that other people do. But when I correct their mistakes, that doesn't mean that my content is fundamentally better and gets stable amount of views, or at least a quarter of the views. Like, it seems like nothing matters on YouTube besides you already have to have establishment, you already have to have crazy editors, basically, when establishment takes place. But, like, you get offered nothing from nobody. What is this establishment? It's worthless. It's just the fact that you can upload videos without worries, right? Like, you have plenty of material to siphon from. And that's it. That's what I did, right? I siphoned from material, but what's up? So when I became Super Saiyan, maybe, godlike, maybe YouTube Rewind is no longer my level anymore. You know, it's sort of like actually slipping through my hands, technically. There are 4 paths in life. And if I happen to hit the 4th one, I have to accept it for what it is. What's the 4th one? The path of being godlike, the path of inventing something completely fundamental, life-changing, basically, and I have it. So I'll continue to have it. People don't want it, and it's like, it's just going to destroy your world. It's going to change your world even harder if you don't want to adopt it yourself. You don't want to deliver the change yourself. I can continue getting traumatized, my friends. I can continue climbing the godlike direction, which is like the most obvious one, because I can fully express myself, I can fully control what I'm creating. Everything is under my control, my friends. Well, YouTube Rewind is something that I would be successful on, but I still would have a great obligation to collect the good type of material, and it could become a burden potentially, but when I create everything myself, it's never a burden. I just do whatever I want, right? It's technically like being your true self is the matrix, right? Is the scale from 1 to 0. You can be your true self only when you become the god that you always wanted to be. And you're just ranking up how many godlike abilities you have, how many breakthroughs you make in the world. And again, I'm still just evolving just out of trauma alone. There's a lot of like people, you know, there's the majority of people are fucking on fire. They're capital.
People think they will always be able to detect who's the winner, but they actually have no ability to detect who's the winner or actually even declare the winner. Winner media is actually even faker than you think. I am a winner. I have done wonderful things. And nobody's paying attention. Nobody even can pay attention. Nobody can even click on my videos. It's like, okay, what did I do wrong? I guess I'm not winner unless I know exactly how to present myself. Now, my friends, NPCs don't really run winner media correctly. They pick the winners and they get tired of like, oh, okay, all the hot people have been picked and all the extremely dedicated people have been picked, which is like, you just pick the beautiful ones. You just pick the pretty shiny ones, and that's it. You just now relaxing of like, wow, I picked my best looking vacation spots, good vibes, nothing else matters. Like, holy shit, man, that is destructive. That traumatizes me because I get nothing. Winners get everything, I get nothing because I don't look good enough, or I who knows, man? Who knows? I just have to follow these like hidden rules basically that YouTube has as well. So not only NPCs make mistakes, but YouTube also makes mistakes, and all of a sudden this comes together. I need social media to fucking promote my shit, you know? To push my shit onto people so they pay attention. And at least find a way to popularize it a little bit. Find a way to bounce it off their chest, basically. You know, TikTok is for you, not for me. TikTok is for you to express whatever the fuck you want. See, I can choose, right, to push my work or try to promote it. Well, no. Push what? Just push myself to work, right? I have two choices. And anything that says try, I have to be very, let's say, sacrificial about it. I cannot be cunning. Every try has to be sacrificed simply because I don't know the outcome. There's no reason to actually pursue any of this. So right now I have entered the kingdom of isolation because I come here traumatized, and this is the final possible path that I can unlock as a human being. So basically I'm isolated into this section right here, and I have to respect it, respect this opportunity to work my ass off. And basically what I will do is accumulate a game engine that everyone wants to use because it's holy shit, I'm making a game every single fucking week. Everyone wants my game engine, and I'm like gonna be like, oops, I don't really like you anymore, humans. You know, who knows? Humans now will have to convince me that they are worthy of my attention. Because, holy shit, do I have a baggage of just, you know, retaliation. I mean, even the fact that I got here without editing, it means something. Right? I use social media for its intended purpose. I am politically correct on social media for a very long time now. I made history. Alright, I uploaded 1,000 videos. Plus 2,000. I'm on this platform fucking cracked. I know what I'm doing. I'm very comfortable here now. And I also cracked basically how the biggest influencers work, what's their mentality. I'm analyzing all the information available to me, my friends. No one cared. No one cared about every little thing I do. Nothing actually matters to nobody. And the only time it matters, they get mad. Wow. They get mad of like, nothing matters to me, you fool. They have to say it out loud. You know, nothing matters to me. Wow. I'm so proud of you, not traumatizing me as a human being who wants to care, who wants to love, right? Who wants to not just make things perish into ashes. Continue.
And political people just very ignorant right now. They don't actually have the solutions for anything, which is traumatizing me because they could feed me a lot. They give me some money, government gives me money, but that's not a solution. I'm still traumatized by all of this because like they had to fucking give me a panic attack while they scrambled for that money, while it actually resolved into an actually pretty good deal that came out of nowhere. Like, my life became lucky because of that. Like, I'm established at level 3, and I'm like, wow, I can just happily live the rest of my life. I'm that great of a person, it seems. I have cracked the system. I have entered the welfare level, guys. But see, like, I'm starting to worry about, like, user rewind a little bit too much, and it's like, there's nothing productive about it. I don't think rewind helps me. By the way, that's literally my face. Like, that's my face. My face is rectangular. That's literally my face. And then I have 2 eyes. So I am rewind now. I'm the embodiment of the fucking rewind monster. You know, if Rewind was a demon, I would be that creature, basically. Rewind comes to life because it doesn't want to exist anymore. You know, it doesn't want to be just a symbol of, in the end of the year, we celebrate culture, right? If YouTube has sacrificed culture and never brought it back, then we're fucking screwed, guys. There's actually enough signals that YouTube is not going to come back to life. Even if I try to bring it back to life, I'm kind of like gambling, actually. But if I made my own social media, I'm not gambling because I trust myself. Obviously, I can make the best decisions. That's the whole point. You only need to trust yourself necessarily. Everyone else just follows your commands. You are godlike, right? Easy. And you can just make shit happen. So I already like entered this level, and I now have to contemplate, do I sacrifice it? This path that I'm sacrificing, it's the easiest thing. You immediately like, absolutely, take that shit down.
Now let me explain what godlike even means. It means that I'm so productive that 1/10 of me would actually be able to cover the rest of the stuff, right? So I would be able to manage a social bubble very easily. It's not even 1/10 of effort. It's 1,000th of effort to manage a community, a social bubble that I have, because all I have to do is just, you know, talk to them, convince them that they're assholes and they have to change and they have to contribute, basically. It's the easiest thing, dude. For a godlike person, I just come to someone's face of like, fix this shit, fix this, otherwise you're an asshole, and we're gonna fucking berate you, basically. Like, it's the easiest thing for me. Being a celebrity, bro, it takes 1 in 100 effort. I will make the best music imaginable to a human, and it's like, oh shit, but you're gonna use AI. What's AI? Just gonna make you the best music. I can win Eurovision. I don't give a fuck. It's not a lot of effort, guys. Just people are so afraid to be themselves and so afraid to just unleash their true potential. It's so disturbing to see. I know I have enough energy to like unleash an explosion on stage and just move on with my life. Because now my life is easy, right? It's 1/100th of an effort because when you're becoming a celebrity, they boost your life. They unlock you, unchain you from a lot of problems. Like, it would be a lot easier to get a girlfriend. It would be a lot easier to never worry about being jobless. Just all these minor things just kind of wiped off. Like, you also get stuff from here. And now getting YouTube Rewinds would also alleviate a lot of my problems. Because now I'm generally successful and I could even like repaint the whole apartment complex potentially in my honor that I saved YouTube Rewind. Because YouTubers are fucking big people when they unite. YouTube feels like a fucking shitfest when YouTubers fight each other, but when YouTubers unite, they can do something special, right? Now again, you don't see it. You might not see it, but again, there's 4 paths, and you have to know what they represent. This is politics. Why is YouTube Rewind politics? Because politically correct is to follow the rules. YouTube Rewind happens to have a lot of rules, and people just like pretend that PewDiePie knew the rules. Right? That's what people have to pretend to be the reality in order to make Rewind, because that's the only Rewind that they make. They copy and paste PewDiePie's rule set of like, the Rewind has to be about memes. It has to be funny. And you can do it. You don't have to like ask YouTubers to come to you. You can just like meme. And it will be fine, guys. PewDiePie did not know the rules. He did not know what is actually possible for one person to do. Right? Yes, you can build a compilation of memes, but it has to be much, much better. And just because people got inspired by PewDiePie, it is something, it does mean something, but I don't think they're correct. I don't think they're politically correct. I don't think they are actually building anything cultural, right? There's no cultural significance to these newer rewinds. I don't want to dunk just by accident. I want to be actually also politically correct and say the right things to people. But I've visited one of them, like, whoever made, like, the best rewind at the time. His name was Random Kids. I visited his Discord. I tried to, like, teach him how to be even better. And bro just collapsed. He gave up. Once I actually unfolded the YouTube Rewind and its rules, and I told him that I'm his competitor now, he fucking bailed, basically. Especially after having to ban me from his Discord, which is like, yeah, he destroyed me at this point for the sake of someone else. And so, absolutely, he had the right to disqualify himself. That was a politically correct thing to do, but it's no longer advantageous, isn't it? That's the whole point. I love this.
I don't need it.
Politics is
Technically,
something,
you could see,
something else.
He's this level. Making a successful rewind is this level. So it's still not comparable. Alright? This is not comparable, my friends.
And the kid probably knows that as a competitor, I'm gonna be pretty bad for him. He will not have a future. However, he could have done monthly rewinds, right? But it's still very difficult for him. He realized it's also a lot of hard work, isn't it? And it's sad to lose a friend, for a friend to just tumble down into the abyss. I mean, that was so satisfying to try and help him out, but, you know, it's just like I can only try for so long until bro just ghosts me.
These things are not comparable. They're on the same line. They're sort of the same, but you have to take this opportunity more than this because this is more of a, like a...
Yes.
like now you're committed. Now you're going that path, right? The difference is commitment. The difference is slight amount of rarity is in this one, and if you have this one, you have to hold on to it as much as possible because you're going to get sucked into this anyways, right? If you have that magical opportunity to follow a better path in life, to be more of yourself, it is better to do just that, not go back, basically, right? Because that's gravity. This is actually gravity. You know, you can level down because, like, you lose opportunities and you lose, like, easiness of life. This life is a little bit easier than this one, right? That's the difference. Again, capitalism doesn't actually work because it's a tiny ideology. It's very small. The ideology says that you should manipulate others with money, basically. You should earn as much money as possible. You should play the game basically on legal terms. The more money you have, the more manipulation power you have over others, and you gain basically ability to gain any services and any level of manipulation you want.
I mean, when people say you can pay your way out of any crime, it is true. That's what capitalism is about, right? Everything can be satisfied with money. No problem.
That's capitalism. These are tiny ideologies. It's not even like ideologies. An NPC pathway is always about manipulation, basically. By manipulating others, you don't actually improve how much you want to be yourself, how much you have the capacity to be yourself. Yes, you can dress any way you want, but you cannot interact with other people the way you want. You have to project richness and basically your ego. When you become diva, it gets even worse. The diva level makes these rich people.
So I'm explaining basically what it's like to follow the path of true actualization. To be yourself is to be on the greatest path. And the most freedom path, where you don't have to project any crazy values to people. You don't have to satisfy others. You only need to satisfy yourself because you're the creator.
Well, even worse, because you have to project that you are rich onto everyone, like in an invasive manner, basically. This is where Mr. Beast is on a tippy top of the scale. You have to invasively be in everyone's feeds. Everyone has to have a chance to click on your stuff, to invest into your fucking companies, basically, to boost your ego. You now have to have a fucking web of lies. As bigger than anyone else's, or a clause basically that generates even more exponential power, basically exponential money, where you can build crazy structures, even factories, you name it. It's fundamentally difficult to understand who is Mr. Beast because we don't really see him invest into himself at all, just into his business, constantly reinvest. It's hard to comprehend, like, who is he? What's the point of his money to him personally? Like,
all we see is his expressions, his veneers, his suit now. He basically is investing into himself being the ultimate celebrity. More popular than Taylor Swift. Woo woo, boys. I think we got him.
his only achievement is number go up. And that's pretty shallow. I don't think Mr. Beast can actually break even to, like, third pathway of life. I don't think YouTube can even break through into the third pathway of life without significant changes. And we're not going that direction right now. Although,
yes, Mr. Beast is a person and he can break through into the third pathway. He's not going to do it. YouTube is also a platform that can also move from one pathway to the other, increasing the intentions, basically, and possibilities. Platform can kind of has to generation by generation move to the next pathway. You know, maybe it will take a hard reset, but it still has to go here, you know, and open up opportunities for more people. When we are actually chasing politics, we're not chasing winners. We're doing something completely different. This is why the concept of getting what you deserve. So let's say, okay, you deserve 200 views, and you basically slowly accumulate those 200 views, because you deserve it. You know, you uploaded the video, you have projected some kind of value, people like your videos, they engage, blah, blah, blah. You deserve it. This is where things supposed to move in the future. But YouTube seems completely detached from that and just wants more, to go deeper and deeper into this, like, celebrity harvesting. And even during the apocalypse, YouTube is not, like, truly collapsing into questioning whether it's supposed to change or not. I'm quite concerned right now. I would say there were no good changes. There was a pretty good UI change. I think this new UI is fine. Redesigned, everything's clean now. And all the buttons are a little bit, like, easier to access, and they feel like they take up less space visually at the same time. Like, I don't know. I can't compare because I already forgotten what the old UI looks like. But I still remember, like, the worst change made is that everyone is a handle now. Everyone is a goddamn handle. Which is, like, not good for self-expression. I wish I could have, like, emotes. You know? This guy will return a beast When he's no, he will be like Technoblade. He will disappear forever.
He's kind of dying, but people will have an opportunity to rise up again. Will they carry YouTube into the next level? They might have to do it without my help, you know? But you can now be more of yourself because you can project insanity, basically. Right? Diva can do plenty of things. It still has to be very clean, has to be very humble, stay away from conflict and drama, basically try to put that under the carpet, basically, brush it off. Not to just, like, go head on into drama, because that tests you against the next pathway, right? Against people who might have been traumatized.
Yeah, so you can see, like, Mr. Beast feels like he sold his soul. He's not being himself anymore.
For a very long time, and have consumed poverty. Every day they wake up, like, these people are dangerous to your existence, because you're on a different pathway, you're challenging completely next-level entities, basically. If Mr. Beast gets into this pathway of politics...
Some people have been waiting their whole lives to become politicians, to exert their trauma and to fix something in the world fundamentally. Even if through just, like, easy work. Because changing stuff in politics, you just have to convince a few people, and then bam, slam, you made your change, and now what? Politics is such a, like, unstable way of life. You never know how easy things gonna go when you want to make a serious change. Because people just kind of just give you their vote, and it's like, oh, it's happening. I guess it's happening. Like, what do politicians do in general, right? Like, you still have to be somewhat of an influencer in the way. I don't know.
He's gonna get challenged by, like, significant high hitters, and someone's gonna come out on top of Mr. Beast, at least for a certain amount of time. That alone can fucking fuck up a person when you just, like, realize you're not actually the top dog.
But to become politician, all you have to do is just spam videos, spam your thoughts, and try to detect what do you want the world to change, because sometimes it's a lot more complicated. So instead, I feel like a ping pong ball just bouncing around, trying to suggest changes to people, but people don't listen whatsoever, right? There's no topic of discussion, there's no material that I can just, like, keep growing. Everything dies eventually, and nothing fucking gets to do anything. Even, like, the most popular video is completely useless politically, right? I mean, I'm trying to dig out political fucking advantages, and nothing fucking works. It is insane. Everyone feels like a fucking baby at this point, who just spawned.
Just popularity alone does not make you the most virtuous person or politically correct person. Let's define political correctness as
you cannot drive politics with just child material. Like, that's insane. You cannot ask children to change the world. They're not gonna do it. They didn't come back to me and said, oh, you did this and that. There has been moments where this has changed people, right? Because children got attached to my creation, and it's like, wow, you really influenced me, and it's like, sure, whatever. Who cares? I can do it again. All by myself. This was created because I was helped. I had a platform again. And I dominated that platform because of course I would.
A way to convey information. So politically correct, just like YouTube Rewind has to be politically correct, my friends. I have to find material that is 2025. That is fun to watch, basically, that contains more YouTubers than anything else. There's actually a lot of rules containing in Rewind, and if you break these rules, like, it's not supposed to be cringe. It's not supposed to be just blatant memes. It's supposed to be something pretty decent and human. Like, when I was making 2023 Rewind, I cried, I laughed, I had a surge of multitude of emotions when I did, and I knew that this is the politically correct thing to have, right? Like, it's emotional. You're connecting to YouTube personalities, and you're kind of liberating them to some extent because they're kind of at odds with each other. You want to change YouTube for the better. That's political correctness right there. Because you have to follow certain rules in order to be able to produce certain type of things, culturally significant things, otherwise it doesn't work. So, that's why Mr. Beast does not know how to do it. It's like, well, there's some kind of rule set, I can't crack into it, I don't understand how to do this thing. And no YouTuber was able to help me, so I guess we just kind of let it go, basically. YouTube Rewind died right after Mr. Beast kind of, left it there to die. That's the whole point. Mr. Beast did one huge mistake, and that also transformed into social...
Yeah, you have to actually ask yourself, when did YouTube Rewind died? Mr. Beast killed it, because he cannot follow the rules.
Also kind of failed. You don't just give random people a huge amount of subscribers, that's just insane, right? You're never gonna feed the hungry by sheer randomness, because 99% of people are not hungry. That's what political correctness is. If you actually want to feed the hungry, you have to find the hungry and give them food, right? Directly. You can't just feed everyone and pretend that nobody's gonna go hungry anymore.
That's what Mr. Beast does all the time. He just gives money to random people that happen to be winners of these random games. That's not really skill related, it's just random. And the people who win Mr. Beast videos, they will never be popular. It doesn't matter. It's just like, okay, you were in Mr. Beast videos, so what? Right? They might be a little bit popular. Some of them sparkle their fame because Mr. Beast gets into controversy. But otherwise, Mr. Beast always feeds random people, not the hungry ones.
You might actually ruin the world. You might ruin the way the world works. Because if people gain free stuff from you, if you're not careful...
And we saw when Mr. Beast made his rewinds, there were three shoutouts. And I have checked of like what happened to these people when they got a surge of fame. Women stopped existing. There were two women, basically. They stopped existing, pretty much. There was one man who was selling Pokemon cards. Bro just disappeared as well. And there was one musician who I don't give a fuck about. So, here you go. Social experiment. Bro gifted 100,000 subscribers just with a fucking fart. This is what Mr. Beast is capable of doing. Mr. Beast is capable of farting 100,000 subscriber level of interest. Can you comprehend how crazy that is? Right? All these YouTubers have this kind of level of farting power right now. To promote other people. They have it and they don't use it. See, the winner media, they could solve my problem by simply shouting me out. It's not that fucking complicated, is it? But they never feed the hungry, and I have to move on. I am traumatized and I have to move on. I'm a hungry, politically correct person, and I want a little bit of attention so my YouTube Rewind succeeds while everyone else's fail. It's a little bit selfish, but trust me, I can manage this goddamn thing. And I have been present on the platform, tremendously present. And still nobody really noticed, besides some fucking YouTubers like, oh, I can't watch your video is too long. You think that's my problem? That's my mistake, that my video is long? You think that's a problem that I have? See, the funny thing is, this problem is persistent. It's not going away. My videos are not shrinking. In fact, I don't know how I will fit this into 1 hour container. How will I fit this? I'm fucking panicking already. I'm like, oh my god, time is still flowing.
Good. So people might start relying on you, and when you pull the plug, all of a sudden now there's 2% of people who are hungry. You know, because some of them rely on the stupid welfare that you have been giving.
If you feed everyone, not the hungry, but everyone, people start relying on you, and they might become hungry the moment you pull the plug.
By accident, you know? Because you didn't have a good plan. So you can see I keep track of everything. Everything is accumulating all the information. It's pushing me forwards to find new grounds, basically, to liberate myself. Because it's all about my soul liberation. I cannot just tell myself to a certain path. That would be insane. Every time Mr. Beast does something...
I want you guys to appreciate how much effort I have to put to crack reality.
Crazy. He's selling
reality to me is now an egg.
He's just going to go up, and not even look into politics. Nothing is important for him. In fact, like, supporting Saudi Arabia is technically a political suicide, I feel like. Which means, again, he's barred away from having a soul, because now he's trying to sell other people's souls. So things coming out that this is going to be in Saudi Arabia, which is not the best place.
See, the funny thing is, this looks good, but it attracts people into a wrong place, potentially, right?
To build your new thing, basically. If you want to expand your pre-existing thing, go right ahead. Build it in places that have political challenges, basically. But if you just start off in a politically challenged area, then you're going to be bought off, unfortunately. What is wrong with you? That wasn't your dream in the first place. Someone just bought you over, basically.
Mr. Beast, don't make too many mistakes. You will be barred off. You won't be able to access this pathway at all. I don't want Mr. Beast to fail miserably, you know, in life. He's just two steps away from becoming God. I mean, it's pretty cool, isn't it?
Want your soul and wants more. Basically wants more stuff from you. Because now it does matter. It seems it does matter where the Mr. Beast lands. Basically, I would want to see where exactly on the map he's now located. That's quite interesting to me. Other than that, I would just treat this as a suicide. Treat this as this is game over for Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast already had like a shaky game over screen when he did Beast games, and now this is 100% confirmed, unless this is somehow like incredibly successful. Hopefully not. You know, there's always hiccups, and politically he's now detached, right? To not have political aspirations is to not take charity work seriously. Again, you just feed everyone, and you don't care who you're feeding. You're just feeding what looks like a hungry person, but they might just be completely fine, right? Just like Africans, actually Africans often just kind of like start relying on other people to help them, and they don't think about themselves much. But I would be even extra more careful, because I don't know what Africa even is. Like, some things, they're not defined. Some people just think everyone that looks like a human is a human, but its location can't change. The rule said location can change everything. And I would be a little bit more careful. I would take things a little bit more slower. However, I still don't think that Mr. Beast latest controversy is to help African children. That's such a rage bait, basically. People are trying to actually distract you from the real issues that's going on. But they always have this kind of urge to distract you because this is an already fundamental issue, right? Content comes first. YouTubers produce content, so you can judge YouTubers by what they produce. Content comes first. It's not about Mr. Beast is not charitable enough. Mr. Beast is not some kind of charity influencer, okay? Mr. Beast is a content creator. He's an influencer. Content comes first. If Mr. Beast fails to make good content, that's when you can fucking attack him. And people are so distracted, and this is actually very dangerous because it shows that there's a grounds for change, grounds for significant change, significant enlightenment. It's dangerous because I'm starting to, like, not get a grip on educating people. If my YouTube was successful, I would try and educate people on exactly that Mr. Beast content has to be judged, not his charitability. Charitability has nothing to do with Mr. Beast. It's just 1% of his actions, basically, where he's trying to boost his reputation and, in fact, create a sort of like a feeling of a distraction. And it worked. It fucking worked, guys. Everything is working flawlessly. You're just trying to criticize something. You basically, because you're narcissistic. Everyone's trying to disagree with 1% of Mr. Beast that happens to be a good Mr. Beast, you know? Of like, oh, good Mr. Beast should not exist. You know, it's like, no, good Mr. Beast cannot die. It's immortal, cannot be defeated. The good Mr. Beast is right here. Only thing you have to do is just keep digging for the bad Mr. Beast in his content. You should be hardworking, but people can't do that efficiently. This is why I created a second channel, not just that one. In 1 year, I created 2 channels, technically. So the second is called Be a Streamer, or Reamer is also known as a word. We're kind of like enlarge already existing holes, basically. This is a very interesting definition, I would say. You pick up a hole and you make it larger. It's very, very interesting, isn't it? So if Beast has holes, I'm the Reamer of the Beast, which also means be a streamer. Why would you be a streamer? Right? Because you have to actually express yourself. You can be yourself on this platform, and you must not take this for granted. Being yourself is politically correct. That's way better. That's way better, bro. Expressing yourself, no matter how many views you get, if you're actually concerned about the views, then you're concerned about being a diva. But if you actually just want to express yourself and upload videos and interact with the audience, the way it's built, basically, the way it feeds itself, right? And people literally can't do more than 50 by 50. You will consume as many YouTube videos as you will provide to the platform.
Guys, you must understand, I'm entertained by my own videos. I'll be fine.
You can't do...
My videos are long. There's no content on YouTube, bro. Wake up.
So YouTube will never run out of viewers, basically, is what I'm saying. You should never say to yourself that YouTube is running out of viewers and nobody's going to watch my videos. That is never the case. You just upload whatever the fuck you want, and you will get just enough viewers. Just enough viewers to keep your sanity. And that's all that matters, my friend. Yes, you can't really be yourself because you're not like successful immediately. It takes time to accumulate your...
So when you follow the path of politics, sanity matters the most. That's the most important resource.
But you have to be successful to yourself, right? Like you kind of like self-feeding. You're just feeding the sanity. You're trying not to run out of sanity. All this shit. It's political correct positioning, basically. So yeah, I'm tracking down basically reality for you guys. Sanity is exactly what's happening to me right now. I'm kind of running out low on sanity because I'm running low on views, right? Like nobody's watching. What's actually cracking my sanity is because I uploaded this video in particular. This is a video where I'm poking a lot of people. So if YouTube is running out of sanity for me, that means something is going on here. Either a big...
I didn't explain it. I poked a lot of people and it worked. It's actually a viable strategy. All you have to do is self-promotion. Oh no. And YouTube hates that. They will ban your entire channel if you do self-promotion. If you say subscribe. So instead I crafted this thing. My video really likes what you have to say about Mr. Beast. You know, this is the way I spam, all right? You still have to find that cheat code. Technically, it matters to find these cheat codes of what can you do, right? But this is still spam. This is still something that YouTube could potentially just be like, oh, we have to ban this because this is invasive, right? You're spamming a lot of comments. YouTube is very, very vicious on this fucking part. So I try to make it this my video into like a joke. And I got like 20 views from it, but the 20 views is fucking solid, guys. On this platform, 20 views? You earned it, bro. You fucking worked hard for those 20 views. It's insane. The difficulty is insane. To get even a fucking smidge of attention, to get a peanut of attention, it's insane. In the streets, all you have to do is just swing your arms around, get up close to a person, and you're getting 20 views from one person. You can show them 20 videos and they call police and it's like, wow, I get 100 videos now. And then you become a clown next to a policeman. In the real world, it's so easy. Why is it so difficult on social media to get any attention? Call the police. That's why. That's why you have to actually become a clown to someone. You can't just be NPC, just being normal. You know, you have to borderline break some rules at this point.
It is apocalypse time, so big changes have to happen. Or YouTube is literally dying. YouTube as a platform is not stable anymore, and does not provide you with the necessary resources to keep your sanity. If you get no views whatsoever, no engagement whatsoever, you're not actually uploading anywhere. You're just saving content for later. It's accessible by many people, but other pieces of social media can just copy and paste YouTube videos and can actually provide views to you. That social media platform is going to be more powerful than YouTube to you personally, right? So social media platforms are already basically given free food to manifest, right? If I made my own social media place and I just linked to YouTube videos, I mean, we just win. That's how we provide views to viewers This is how we provide basically like criticism, engagement with their ideas, all this like great stuff, right? I can start building a real community of people, you know, who are just socializing, engaging with the content that people want to boost. Basically, they want a little bit of attention because they're running out of sanity. I will double check basically their how they're doing, you know. If you're making YouTube videos, you can already call me up and let me know you're making YouTube videos. I'm interested already right now. All right, you can in the comment section tell me that you're doing exactly that. You're kind of flourishing the political correct self. At least you get to express yourself freely, and no one's going to stop you. You know, that's the attitude. And if you're good at self-expression, I encourage you to start doing cultural level videos, right? And participate in YouTube Rewind. I was almost like never able to like break through, but that's why like this is what you have to do is start making memes or like really intensely observing what's going on the platform, so you can just make a compilation in the end of the year. You should do that, right? When you're confident enough that you can do it. It still might not be successful, but the fact that you know you need a compilation of your work basically in the end of the year, that's a good thing, right? And I can still do that. I can still do a compilation of what I've done and what I've observed. What I also can do is compile other people's work of what they observed and what I can confirm basically. This is actually quite a profound idea. It's comparing notes idea basically, right? When you compare notes, something overlaps. But in this case, I have to put like a lot of contributions all into one block to even rival me basically. It has to be semi-equal so you don't lose too much of yourself. But
So if I'm making YouTube Rewind, there's one strategy that I can apply. People make their own contributions, their own attempts into making Rewind. I can just take their attempts, steal their stuff, and make my own compilation. It's a lot easier. It's one of the strategies, and I always have to like test different Rewind strategies regardless, right? At least 2 at a time. I think A/B testing is very essential for me.
Is made by someone else, but I just recompile it basically. This seems like actually like a good idea, but this means that rewinds would be delayed until the end of the year because I need to see other people's rewinds. Not every single one. There's plenty of contributions. Like if you upload earlier, you're more successful, and some people have been told to do that by me. You know, I whisper in their ear, and that's end of the year is not a good timing. All right, it's unlikely that you're going to be successful unless you're established YouTuber. You kind of have to follow this like hidden rule that end of the year is not exactly the best time to upload this. You should do it at December 1st plus, right? Dec 1st plus. So there's a hidden rule. You have to find more hidden rules potentially. Hidden rules technically is something that would boost your sanity because of like, oh, I didn't follow this rule, I didn't do this thing. It feels like a mistake that you can fix the next time you do it. It gets a lot worse when you don't have much time left, right? Like when people actually pressuring you. Anyone can still pull the plug basically, but not from my mom. My mom somehow established herself as like unpullable, immortal basically. Some welfare is just too much. Even pension I think is kind of crazy level of welfare. But that's just my life now. That's just my life. We could have had grandma, but grandma is too crazy. Grandma too crazy. So I hope you can see that like I'm cracking reality.
Grandma too crazy and too old.
This traumatized that I have to know everything about reality. I'm just pushed to do that. And even like it's a simple concept of YouTube Rewind, but no one's taking it seriously. Like if they took it seriously, I would find them easily across the internet. I would find these guys. If someone ever took it seriously and wanted to have a conversation about a culturally significant item, basically, like we would unite immediately. There would be no fucking doubt. Like just keep it alive. That's a politically important factor. Keep it alive. We will benefit from it if anything, right? But we have to make it still successful in general. We have to still follow the previous rules of, narcissism. It has to be high level. Still, it would very much benefit if it was high level. I will still hang on to this, and I'm not going to give YouTube Rewind trophy to anyone or full responsibilities. I hope that these people keep changing heads, basically. But I'm probably not making it this year. I will recap something. I'll do something. I'm not making it this year. I might have to make that sacrifice. So basically, again,
I've made my choices.
it's just the most annoying thing. Like, I can't shut you off. You have too much ego. You're just like...
That shit is draining my sanity, and trauma still is chasing after me right now.
Demon at this point. It has W in it. It has a win. That's it. We got it. We cracked into something, into much greater paths. It exposes all of the stuff. And that's what it is. I'm just spice on the ground. But I can do so much more. This unlocks so much more for me. My engine is revolutionary while YouTube Rewind is just the proof that I can follow rules. It's not exactly like my ultimate self-expression, right? And ultimate self-expression is going to come from truly attacking people's eyeballs, right? Having a rendering engine instead of like a culturally significant existence where people have to pay attention to my videos and my sanity never runs out because every single year I can just replenish my sanity. It's all great. You know, I can just sit there and wait for people to come in, like into my office or whatever. Like, that's a political correct path. But since I am still a young person, I still have to follow the idea that maybe I have to try something else, right? Especially when I'm just conquering the world's greatest achievements. I'm just entering the space as like easy. What you guys have. It's easy for me. So I find it fairly easy. There's some hiccups. The hiccups are not the fucking exceptions are not the rule, basically. So I find myself easy here, and I actually have a lot of needs to escape this political world where people can only damage me with being politically incorrect, being the opposite of political, right? Being this kind of level of evil. It has to drip on me, basically, and it does. It does reach me. See, this thing goes both ways. All the shit, basically, and dirt from the, like, entitled NPCs who have children, basically, who have a lot of friends, all these, like, entitled NPCs, all their shit kind of drips on everyone else's shoulders, basically. And there's no escape from it. Like, the shit is dripping on me. The moment I have a successful YouTube Rewind, I can potentially pay for rents or anything, just small chump change kind of investment into escaping a shitty environment where NPC garbage is dripping on me. The only thing that I cannot escape is that some people will know where I am. They're gonna call it up, or they're just gonna be generally uneased by my existence. Some NPCs will still drip ass on me, basically, or just like it's gonna be like difficult to set things up. Every adult has to follow responsibilities and authorities, and sometimes these authorities gonna fucking annoy you, right? It's still gonna make it hard to sleep. But I kind of have both ways. I don't know, dripping. But yeah, like it seems like if a person has a child, they will feel entitled to basically ruin your life. Every now and then, ruin like at least 2 hours a week. I have a child, so you have to pay attention to my child. This is kind of like a parental instinct of NPCs. It's tough. But also, there's more. These celebrities also, the C-listed celebrities, they also have some kind of a drippy effect because they constantly like release drama, release toxic fucking sewage into the platform that you're sitting on. Because I'm releasing videos, I still have to like consume content, I have to engage with other YouTubers. They're also fucking dripping their bullshit, because they have popularity, they can just waste it. And every single time you see someone tanking their reputation or just kind of being scummy in general, you have to soak that energy, you have to soak that negativity. Someone says killing, slaughtering. I literally listened to fucking Mr. Beast video. Killing, slaughtering is just like a common word, basically. Like, what the fuck is this drip? So you can understand that C-listed celebrities, that's not Mr. Beast, they drip that shit daily. They're constant fucking toxic sewage. Even though you've trusted them so much, they can still come out as unreliable and brain damaging, basically. So there's two things dripping. Like, celebrities is technically something you can avoid, but not really. The drama they project is pretty dangerous. See, Sniper vs. Jax Films was like a serious drama, and Jax Films is not a C-listed celebrity, but there's a lot of C-listed celebrities that fucking stuck up to Jax Films, that fucking dunk on Sniper Wolf, that thought it's their time to shine, basically. There's a lot of just drama-hungry pieces of shit on the platform that are successful because they care so much about hunting down this drama. Obviously, Jax Films is over here. Sniper Wolf is a little bit higher than this, because she's the biggest female on the platform. Jax Films garbage does not actually drip on me until now. Alright, and Jax Films actually entered the space of like somewhat of a game development as well. Every now and then he's developing something, so shit drips on now. Now Jax Films shit is dripping on me, and it's actually kind of hurting me because it's like direct competitor now, right? There's these fucking direct competitors that piss me off, that hog up all these attention for themselves for a shitty product, basically, that the best thing I can do is just copy and paste it. But it's fine, I have to I almost have to have this feature where, like, I don't know, my mouth moves, I can say a random sound, I have to just steal it to be able to escape this feeling that, like, bro did cook something. Like, Jackson's fucking created quite a few apps at this point, a website. Like, you have to actually acknowledge the creativity that these B-level celebrities have. Otherwise, you don't know what your competition is up to, right? Like, you have to acknowledge that shit. You just have to. It's an obligation. And so this shit is going to start dripping on me. But that's fine. This one is not as bad anymore as this. I would say this one is serious, and it's hitting me right now. Which is fucking flooding me with this shit. Like, honestly flooding me where it's like, it makes no sense, actually. I thought I was safe behind walls. I thought I had great self-defense.
This is dripping in terrifying levels now, where I have to like change something about my life, but I'm kind of stuck. It's such an apocalyptic feeling, basically.
But it seems like I need a good temple to block it off, right? Anyways, so that's that. YouTube Rewind is still rolling the dice, whether like everything falls correctly for me, and if you fuck it up,
I still have a chance, like everyone else. Or do I? Well, maybe you have to appeal to YouTube algorithm, who the fuck knows. But I know to have a long, prolonged introduction to my rewind, because people love just sitting and doing nothing and being manipulated into giving you a free view, which is all I need. That's all I need, bro.
Like, I've interacted with like a random kid, and I want to actually teach him that it's not random whether you're going to make a good rewind or not. It's not random. You have to actually follow specific rules. I'll try to teach him, and bro just fucking bailed, basically. I defeated him, but I got nothing in return, just because I defeated my slight competition. But it's not defeat, it's just like, you taught them a lesson, they learned it, and they stopped doing their thing, they just gave up on it. Who knows if random kid is going to respawn? I don't think so. I think giving up was a pretty fucking hardcore moment for the kid. So I've experienced some interesting stuff just pursuing YouTube Rewind, but making games is going to be a lot more interesting activity, I would say. Recreating other people's stuff, just being ahead of the curve. I deserve something, I poured a lot of effort into something, and this path is much better, right? Sacrifices have to be made if I want to go as fast as I can. I can't really split myself into two pieces, that makes no sense. I try to fucking convince everyone I'm splitting. I'm going both ways at the same time, but I was still like mainly here. I'm not going from here in two directions. I'm taking two paths at the same time. But usually there's a funny thing about it, right? You can still put 1/10 of the effort, that's what it takes to be on this path. If I'm able to access this path, this takes 1/10 of the effort. So I can still attempt YouTube Rewinds without putting much effort. I still can find a cheat code basically how to participate without committing anymore. I don't have to commit anymore. I can just participate, right? So I definitely have the cheat codes ready. I think I'm going to use this strategy on December 1st, and Rewind is delayed and destroyed, all right? The way it used to be. I thought it was going to be sacred, but I changed. Because other people didn't find me sacred, that like, I'm doing honorable things, my sanity ran out. And I was traumatized once more. Like, the next question is, like, why is it YouTube Rewind holding me back? Why is the only, like, high production quality thing is holding me back? And I'm kind of realizing this because of the culture memes. It just feels like it's not high quality enough for me, personally. Right? Like, yeah, it's high quality, it's getting some views, that's nice. It's not high quality for me, personally, though. Okay, I have an urge to express myself, to have a few laughs, and collect significantly more views because it's relatable, it's easy to watch. I can fundamentally tell you guys, this is hard to make. and it's still worth it. Every now and then, like put 10th amount of effort, but I have to make this change. Now, it would be honorable to not change anything, right? To not make the sacrifice, and just do rewinds like how it's meant to be done, right? Nothing has to change necessarily. And is it really that difficult? No, it's not really that difficult. All right. So fucking stop complaining and just do the thing. This was funny, right? I remember this man. He was that NPC. Like, wow, look at this shit. Now, you must understand that it is difficult. It is difficult to find the best material. Like, wow, this is crazy. Like, he's watching something, but bro is pure NPC energy, like completely non-existent. Makes me uncomfortable. This was the best shit ever. Best shit, I swear. I don't know if I can put you through. Boo. Can I say something? No. Moving on. I put some serious efforts. It was thumbnail making time for sure. And I tried to squeeze in some animation-ish moments.
See, that's the hard part, because I put effort, so how can I recreate it? But I probably can. I
cool.
probably still can.
Yeah. But one thing is for sure, I cannot level up anymore. Alright? Not only my situation, like, it's pretty grim. I'm attacked by too much of this drippy substance. Right? Too much shit is traumatizing me. So that's one reason why I have to try and escape this situation and not gamble. Alright? My sanity is basically drained. It's gone. I have to move on to the next thing, which I happen to have established. So moved on from like a rolling boulder that could kind of crush me, could kind of destroy my life. We don't know. It's probably not going to get worse, but...
It's so crazy. Following rules is so crazy because sometimes you genuinely have to, like, improve your microphone quality. But so what? My microphone quality tanking didn't change anything. So my microphone quality improving doesn't change anything either. It's just so insane to me. How there's nothing I can do. There's a certain amount of effort that I have to reach that I cannot reach without very specialized tools that nobody fucking has. Or specialized just editors basically working. Like, I'm never gonna work on my videos. That would be crazy. This is technically why nobody's doing what I'm doing. But at the same time, there's some people who engage in drama daily. There's some people who play games daily. There's some daily uploaders out there. Reactors are daily uploaders.
The fact that it bought in this bad, it is pretty scary, and, it's going to at least chop my sanity in half, not going to make me as productive. So I don't want to rely on sanity. What I want to rely is just, like, focus. Fucking grinding that shit, Just really being present with myself and just diving in and swimming through this matrix of possibilities. It's just wonderful stuff. So what I have to say on a thumbnail is, yes, rewinds will never get better, or will not get better anytime soon. The rewind will not get better. That sacred thing I also have, so I think I can sacrifice this one thing. Something gotta get sacrificed on, and you have to recognize that, basically. So I'm never gonna level up, I'm never gonna make the rewind better. Rewind is just gonna be the way it is, right? I can try this, like, new cheat code, like,
This is not a small sacrifice, my friends. I kind of wanted to talk about sacrificing my friends. Of, like, what happened there. You need psychiatric help, that's what happened. Bro said the betrayal magical spell. I need psychiatric help. This is the most offensive, insane statement that comes from a person who's always trying to not make mistakes. I'm sorry, bro, you did make a terrible mistake now. The worst mistake imaginable. This is the words that I really don't want to hear from anyone except NPCs. So he must be an NPC, and I probably don't want to hang out with any NPC besides a person who can give me a lot of power. So, goodbye. Goodbye, little bitch. I hate my friend so much because, man, every single thing is a betrayal moment. It's so nasty, and I'm still, like, stuck in greater and greater isolation, but there's nothing I can do. I just have to keep grinding, basically, through this.
Something to try. But in the end of the year, compile other people's stuff, just...
So what is this? What... Was it even a sacrifice? Bro sacrificed himself. Most people make mistakes and sacrifice themselves. You just have to keep moving forward. With YouTube Rewind, however, it's a big choice you have to make, but it's always the same choice. You always chase a much greater opportunity. See, the funny thing about life, lots of things are possible in life, so what you have to do is chase the greater opportunity until you run out of time. But at the same time, how can you run out of time? You can't. You have the opportunity, and you have to chase it till the very end. It doesn't matter until these things are accidentally successful, this matters more, right? They're on the same level field, basically, but this matters more because opportunity can unlock another opportunity and another one. just wait. There's way more stuff here, right? Well, if I skip here or become a celebrity very quickly, like that's not a lot of stuff that I can get for my future. Self-improvement. Self-improvement is everything. This opportunity is so powerful I can build my own city. It doesn't end there, you know? It's not just the fucking peanuts anymore. It's not, oh, I became a celebrity. I can build my own city with this.
It's nice, right? I can do that. It's not hard. The other thing that drains my sanity is I want to do so many things. This cultural thing just feels like it gets in the way, right? I'm not sure if that means anything, but there's this just stack and stack of things. It feels like I'm running out of time almost. I don't know. Maybe I'm too interested, too curious, too ADHD.
I just ran out of time.
I need more. I can't keep up with my own demands. Potentially draining the rest of my sanity, cutting my sanity in half again, just because I have so many plans, so much stuff to do to improve myself. Right now, it's just one of those millions of things, right? So to feel committed sometimes is actually just such a painful existence for me. It's just not good enough somehow. So the moment I get a grip on this, like I have to just take the full opportunity. This is incredible. Wow, leveling up is 3 dots away from love. So yeah, all I'm doing is sacrificing the fact that I could ever level up my craft. If it's successful, then sure, you know, well, I might actually solve just enough problems where I have to do that instead. But look, that would still compete with this. It's just the fact that I can do both things at the same time. Maybe it's very difficult to juggle. But even if I succeed in YouTube Rewind, it's like, what's the point? It's actually not going to change my life as much as this thing would, right? It's insane, kind of. So if I'm not improving my YouTube Rewinds, it kind of makes it a little bit easier to craft it, but it's not really. See, not only I cannot improve YouTube Rewind, but I said it's in danger. It's kind of falling apart in front of me because I cannot find memes. I want it to be slightly better. Find memes, but the internet world is so toxic and so shallow that I don't know if I can find memes, and I don't spend time searching for memes or crafting the memes. So I'm literally missing the most essential material right now. Maybe 3 memes is going to be enough. I'll find 3 memes, slap it together, and rewind. So that's what you're going to get. Rewind is not good.
I have a plan, right? Make things I know I can make, right? I might be able to dig out 3 memes, and it's going to be the 4th thing that I can make. Intro Deadmaus Drama and channel analytics. Those are things I can actually put into Rewind and be fine with it. Right? Introducing the next storylines of Powerpuffs is a little weird. For me, it feels cringe. Maybe I'll do it in a subtle way or change that segment entirely. 2024 Rewind is an interesting blueprint. I'm not sure if I'll recreate it in its entirety, though. That's what kind of makes things always difficult, because I want to change things that don't feel like they fit.
Better. All right. I had this like sacred thing of like I have to make Rewind 30 times better, but this was so unrealistic and so crazy. I made it, maybe 5 times better every single time, and that's it. That's all it was. Or was it better than the last year? I have actually no idea. But I contributed something really good, but it wasn't the engine. Like, I can't even like describe it then. See, I'm comparing the 2023 versus 2024, and it's uncomparable. I actually liked, again, I had this emotional attachment to 2023 moments. I'm just going to release like 4 rewinds. You can choose which version to watch, basically. It's amazing. It's an amazing idea, right? Well, this one just made me kind of give up on a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff was already dying. My sanity's basically slashed over and over again, where I can submit something, it might become successful by accident, but it has to be pure fucking accident. People recognizing that they need something, that they miss rewinds really badly, and that I'm the guy that can bring it back. But you will have to put more effort than I would. All right, I'm not putting effort anymore. I'm not leveling up. If anything, right? I'll try to slap some slop together, and you'll have to eat it. Basically, that is the proposition. That is the sacrifice. It became stale, and it will remain stale with slight improvement because I improve myself as well. Right? I improve myself, so 10% of my efforts is, going to be slightly bigger every now and then, but it's not. It's going to.
Any amount of improvement is gonna work. Is gonna trickle down to whatever I'm doing.
Not going to be overwhelming or anything. It now became 10% of my effort, my sanity, my availability for rewind. I can't go 100%. I can't do nothing. I try to do all the cool things, and they kind of flopped. And that's it. It made my decision for me. That's how you do it. Science. But yeah, you must understand, it's so important to be yourself. To truly feel what you're capable of doing and what's going to just hurt you more than it helps you. And then you put it down, you have to make that calculation, you make those connections. The easiest part, for me, is to talk about just this, all right? What people were interested on my channel or across multiple channels. What people were watching. This is actually available for me. So it's probably a good place to start. And then maybe sprinkle in some other stuff. So yeah, like buying a Christmas tree is the easiest part. Finding the toys for the Christmas tree, it depends on my budget, okay? Getting a Christmas tree, you just get one. Don't worry about it. Actually, like I'm so traumatized. For me, Christmas tree is like the scariest thing. I can't possibly have one. There's no way, dude. In an apartment building, Christmas tree, like that's the most insane thing. I can have a decoration on the fucking wall. I can have an advent calendar, or pick up some fucking different snack every single time. But a Christmas tree. What a commitment. It's just an example of like sacrifices have to be made. I see people do some crazy things. Like Christmas tree is one of the best examples of me finding how much effort people put in for nothing. This is useless. For just vibes. Vibes have to be sacrificed first and foremost. It's not because it's not you. It doesn't represent who you are. And nobody really cares in the end of the day like how difficult it was to fucking drag a Christmas tree into existence or make this into existence, like a fucking town square tree. Like damn, people acknowledge it for a little bit and it's like okay, we move on now. It's like what the fuck's the point? You know, but people have these like vibe urges and I will never understand that. But YouTube Rewind is technically now just level of vibe. Just the vibe is just a nice thing to have. I don't have to have it. But yeah, I'm ready for the next year, which means I can just put some slop together. It is going to improve a little bit, I feel like, because I'm going to be just slightly more ready every single time. I will still update my strategies, no big deal. But so the sacrifice is just kind of small, and at the same time, it's necessary because no one's watching my rewind. I'm not winning the trophy yet. But I forgot to follow one rule in particular. But even though if I follow the rule, I have to get like at least 5 times more attention, which is like 1,000 views. And it's still not going to be impressive. It's just like, yep, I followed the rule correctly. The first 30 seconds have to be special. It has to be a special introduction. It has to waste your time. I'm like, oh my god, it's super rewind. Boom, 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 boom. I'm seeing something really crazy, by the way. This guy actually released another rewind. He won actually 2 years in a row. But his YouTube rewind was budget edition. So it was trash. He was trying to be creative and slick and just kind of fell apart because the introduction is just not good enough. Like the first few seconds is such an important piece. The first few seconds, because a lot of people are vibe hunting basically, and they just want to relax. It's the most common vibe people want to find.
Or they want to scroll away if it's not good enough, not luxury experience enough for them.
Just want to relax and look at something really cool. Now, sometimes self-reflection can give you sanity, but vampires don't see themselves in the mirror, so don't try to get sanity from there. That's why maybe vampires can't see themselves in the mirror, because the mirror doesn't give you sanity. Observing yourself is exhausting, a lot of work, right? You just want to see what other people are doing. You just make accidental self-observations. Like, yeah, I probably can improve my introduction. Yes, I can probably improve this, but you cannot just look at your flaws. Because your flaws, yes, they're there, but you don't really know how to solve it without a good example, without a good inspiration, seeing that other people are successful when they don't have these flaws, right? Like, when you put it all together, then you can improve yourself, but just looking in the mirror is actually very wasteful of your sanity. So I can actually understand vampires very well. See you guys next time. We'll make the sacrifice of YouTube Rewind. It's not going to be 30 times better, because it wasn't. It's not going to be 15 times better, because it's not going to be this time. As I'm making it, I can tell you this much. It might be 5 times better than the last year, but the realistic number is 4 times better. All right? And let's stick with it. 4 or 5 times better. Something like that. All right? I think we can consistently do that. I'll be optimistic. I'll be saying 5 times better. Every single year, we can make Rewind 5 times better in terms of numbers, material added into it, just the vibes alone. That sort of stuff. I think 5 times is a good number. But we're sacrificing 50 times and 15 times, 30 times and 15 times. And that's it. Now, I wanted to make this video telling myself that, no, you don't have to do rewinds. That would be the easy way out, unfortunately. I still have to do something. It's not that hard, okay? It's not that hard, please. See you guys next time.
Technically, rewinds, I wanted to make, like, into jokes. All into jokes. Because 2023 was a very good one. It just had cringy parts in it. That's why I don't like it when I actually remember it. So it begins. Boom. The introduction was too much, right? There was this thing going on. Some parts I do like. Some parts are definitely memorable, like I had my competition in there. Slap that competition right out of his mouth, you know. We had a good time, and I have to just suck it up and do something to move on. Because my engine requires time and care in order to flourish. But otherwise, see you guys next time. And sacrifice your firstborn child for greater life purpose. That's what you have to do. YouTube Rewind shall be a little bit sacrificed. You will not gain any breakfast. You will have to make breakfast yourself, little bitch. Rewind, waking me up in the middle of never. You want breakfast, Rewind? Get the fuck out of here. Get out. Get out. Make your own breakfast. You're old enough now. You can make your own breakfast. See you guys next time.